Good evening. Again, thank you for the opportunity for us to stand in front of you. My name is Beth Bingham. I'm a mother of two daughters, both raised in the public school system. I'm also a child care provider, early childhood development student for life, because I don't think you can ever learn enough about child development. I'm an advocate for developmentally appropriate practice with young children, and that's what I'm going to address with you tonight. As I'm sure you're discovering, people involved in protesting the current Common Core program are from all demographics and are advocating for thousands of different reasons. This said, I found the anti-Common Core approach to be united through three different things. One, we all want productive progression in the American public school system. Two, we're all motivated out of the need for developmentally appropriate and humane practice with all children and their teachers. And three, our approach is supported solely through facts and research. There are mountains of vetted research about best practices and how children learn and develop. This Common Core system takes all of this research and proven practice and throws it out the window. All the positive evolution of understandings, benefits of inclusion, differentiated instruction, multiple intelligences, the value of play, the value of portfolio assessment, anti-bullying, humiliation policies, all of these are being sacrificed on the altar of untested, unproven, invalidated Common Core, which drives to privatize and profit off from our children. I have to say that's not my quote. That was a quote I got from a friend. Early childhood includes the period from newborn through 8 years old. In the early childhood brain, scaffolds of understanding and concept building are being constructed at an alarming rate. These constructed webs become the pathways upon which future education and information years down the road travel and become absorbed as knowledge. This entire infrastructure is developed based mostly on children's interaction with their world or based on play. Healthy development of this infrastructure requires uninhibited play. Uninhibited play is child-directed exploration. They're following their individual processes of interest and curiosity. Basic Brain Development 101. When 5-year-old Jacob builds block structure, he's building the foundation of geometry in his understanding. When 4-year-old Gracie retreats to the sand table in the busy classroom, she's learning emotional regulation. When 6-year-old Logan is forced to do 3 worksheets of homework each night, kindergarten Logan, 3 worksheets of homework every night. After a full day of paperwork in class, no time for any play, reduced gym time due to the need to conquer this paperwork. And then he's disciplined for his developmentally appropriate 6-year-old behavior on the bus. What is he learning? In her article, Reclaiming Play, Helping Children Learn and Thrive in School, Nancy Carlson Page states, one of the most important things we can do to help children build an understanding of concepts that we want them to learn in school is to provide them with long blocks of time that allow them to get deeply engrossed in their play. We can maximize learning by providing open-ended materials, such as blocks, Play-Doh, building and collage materials, generic dolls, animals. These are the materials that foster extended play and build new learning. I implore you to go and visit a kindergarten, 1st grade, or 2nd grade classroom in which these activities and experiences are so vital in these children's development. You will not find them. You'll find the children in developmentally inappropriate expectations, such as sitting at desks for long periods of time, their days being stripped of physical play, free play, or any play. You'll also find higher behavior outbursts, less self-control, clinically diagnosed emotional conditions. Practices of what used to be implemented in the 3rd and 4th grade classes where children's brains have already mastered much of the needed infrastructure through play and were developmentally able to perform these expectations, these things are now being pushed down into the kindergarten, first and second grade. In Education Week teacher article titled Common Core Standards, 10 Colossal Errors, Anthony Cody writes, "No experts on early childhood were included in the drafting or internal review of the Common Core. In response to the Common Core, more than 500 experts, early childhood development experts, signed the Joint Statement of Early Childhood Health and Education Professionals on Common Core Standards Institute." And I have put that into your packet so you can all look that up if you haven't heard of it. The statement now seems prophetic in light of what is happening in our classrooms. The key concerns they raised were standards will lead to long hours of instruction in literacy and math. They'll lead to inappropriate standardized testing. District instruction and testing will crowd out other important areas of learning. And there's little evidence that such standards for young children lead to later success. In the article, Early Learning, This is Not a Test, Randy Wintergreen and Nancy Carlson Page state, standards for early childhood education, including the Common Core state standards, must reflect the decades of research in cognitive and developmental psychology and neuroscience that tells us how young children learn. They develop skills over time through a process of building ideas. This process isn't always linear, and it's not quantifiable. Expecting young children to know specific facts or skills at specific ages is not compatible with how they learn. It emphasizes right and wrong answers instead of developmental progressions that typify their learning. Why did our nation, our state, our educational leaders not take these vastly available child development and educational experts and research data into account before so hastily implementing such a damaging program on our children? In closing, I want to share with you an observation a friend made at the Syracuse Forum that was just hosted this past Monday evening. She said there was an order of those who spoke. The order was superintendents and administrators first, then business and BOCES representatives, then teachers, then parents. The further you got from the powers that be, the more anti-Common Core you got. In other words, the people who are closest to the kids and are witnessing what is going on a daily basis want to see this monstrosity end. The higher-ups are just out of touch. Global preparedness and career and college ready have become tired old taglines of the Common Core. As the movement to stop Common Core brings facts, research, and data to the table, those out of touch bring the same old, along with some pretty cold and unprofessional attitude. Commissioner King and Arne Duncan have repeatedly disregarded parental priority, as well as children's rights. Parents are children's most important teachers and most important decision makers, of which is and should always be protected by law. We have listened to the mental health professionals as they tend to an increasing number of children with depression, anxiety, and behavioral outbursts, and they now coin the phrase Common Core syndrome. We have listened to the research data that tells us much of what is being implemented into the early childhood learning environment is not only developmentally inappropriate, but it's developmentally damaging. We have listened to the teachers as they are forced to use this unresearched program of extremely poor quality, disregarding their years of professional development, their unique and creative implementation of teaching alternatives and personal connection with their students. And we have listened to our children as we rock them at night and assure them that they are capable, they are loved, and their future is their choice, not this organization's. We will not stop until they are all heard and appropriate action is taken to put America and New York's public education system on the right track. Thank you.